Modern Horizons draft here with Simon, and we open a sick card in Endling. This is a bomb. The combination of Death Touch and Undying and Menace means that your opponent has to double block it, and then you can kill both creatures and it comes back. So it almost is unblockable. And also black is a nice color. Zombie Shapeshifter is also nice. We have cards like Undead Ogre, which works with zombies. I'm going to take Endling and be pretty happy about it. Not so happy about this. The best card in the pack is Thundering Djinn. That is a very good card. Headless Spectre I don't like too much. It's very hard. The problem is that once you get Hellbent, your opponent also doesn't have too many cards left in their hand. There is nothing here that's very good with black. Spirenhorn Mirror has a more blue-red card. Windcaller Raven is okay. But blue-black is often ninjas, and Windcaller Raven can help you get through. But I think I'm going to take Thundering Djinn and maybe abandon Endling. I think this is a very powerful card. And blue-red is a nice color combination. If there was something more that could work better with Endling, I would take it. But I think it's a little too loose to take Windcaller Raven. Just to maybe be blue-black, because this is a so much weaker card. There's some argument for taking the Tranquil Ticket, but I think I'm going to take the Thundering Djinn and see if blue-red is open. Okay. So we got Moonblade Shinobi, which is a good card in blue-black ninjas. We also have Wall of Blossoms, which would be good in a black-green grindy deck, which often uses the graveyard and cards like Rot Widow Pack. I think Wall of Blossoms is a little better than Mother Bear because a black-green grindy deck rather have this card that replaces itself. So this is a hard pick. Moonblade Shinobi does work with both my cards though, because if I'm a blue-red I could play Moonblade Shinobi and it works with Endling. So I think I'm going to take Moonblade Shinobi because it works with both my first picks, whereas Wall of Blossoms only works with Endling. So I'm going to take that, and now we have Soul Herder, which is very good in the blue-white, but I don't think I want to go into a fourth color here. Wart Eye Witch I kind of like. I also like Ninja of New Moon if I end up being black. Blue. Stringer Disappearances is also a fine card, but I'm going to take Wart Eye Witch. It's just it's the best card in black here. I don't like the Ninja too much. It is nice if you get the flyer, but this card is just a solid card. Alright, Putrid Goblin, very solid card. It's good in every black deck you play, because the 2 to persist for 2 is just good. It's a goblin, which could be good if you end up being black-red, but I don't think that's too likely. Again, Smoke Shaper and Nerf, fine cards, but I think Putrid Goblin is just the best. And now we have Changeling Outcast and Fairy Seer. I'm gonna take one of them. I'm gonna move this to the sideboard now. It doesn't look like blue-red's gonna happen. And the question is, which one is better? They're both decent in ninjas. This one is easier to get through. I think I like the Changing Outcast more. It is easier to get through, and now I have 3 goblins, so it will enable all the synergies. And also it is a ninja, so if I get some ninja synergies, it might be better. Okay, this is a little weaker. I don't like Tribute Mage. There's not too many good 2 artifacts you can get. Lesser Massacre is one of the better ones. Prohibit is good on the play, but bad on the draw. I'm gonna take Rank Officer. It's just a fine card. So yeah. Looking like we're gonna go into ninjas, but we could also just abandon blue and be black-green still, if green ends up being open. It could also be black-red goblins. We have some nice goblins here. So we have a lot of options. Definitely black though. But I'm at the best setup for blue-black because Changeling also is great in ninjas. Whereas Rank Officer I think is a little better in goblins because you go wide and you can grind your opponent out more easily because you end up with more creatures in the graveyard in red-black because you have sack outlets like the 2/2 for 2 and a red and so on. I may not even play Rank Officer in blue-black. It depends if I get enough playables. So let's... Alright, we're back. We have a Force of Vigor, which is an interesting sideboard card, but not that good. I think Feast or Fools could be good if I end up being black-red. And there isn't anything else here I want, so I'll take that card, and if we end up being black-red, it's good. Unearth is a nice card. Yeah, we have 3 solid cards to bring back, and it always cycles. Don't need to take anything else, and here I can take the Windcaller Aven. I like it better than the Spectre. It's an okay card. I mean, it's pretty low cost to put this in your deck. At worst, it cycles, you know. So, no removal so far. Hopefully we can pick up a mob in the next pack. Ooh, Return from Extinction. Not bad. Not bad at all. And it makes me taking Changeling Outcast a little better, because you can always get this back with something else. Zombie, Shaman, Zombie Goblin. So I could get back Endling and Putrid Goblin. Yeah, I think Return from Extinction is probably going to make my main deck. It's not that hard to get 2 cards back, and then it's just good. And if you play against someone who is countering your stuff, then you can counter Endling and they can get it back. Alright, String is not unplayable. And Astral Smokeshaper, alright, that is a playable card. It's kind of powerful if you go turn 1 Outcast, turn 2 Smokeshaper, and then you have a 3/3 with Haste on turn 2. And you have to replay this, but that's fine. I think I would like Smoke Shroud now. That is the 1 and a blue for an enchantment that gives a creature +1/+1 and can't be blocked. And whenever a Ninja comes to play, you can return it. So, also looking for some Ninja payoffs, and it's not impossible for me to switch to another color. I don't have to be blue, even though some of the last cards I got here works better in Ninjas. Let's see here. We got a Bazaar Trade Mage. I don't even like that card too much. The problem is that if it gets bounced or killed, you're down a card, which is not a reason to not play it, but I don't think it's very good. I could take another Changeling Outcast, but this is a removal spell, basically a 3-mana terror. It kills anything except the green common that is an 8/8. This sometimes also can be a 2-for-1. If you block a creature and then make 2 blocks, and then you can switch one and make the other 0 power. So I think Magmatic Sinkhole is a little better than Twisted Reflection, but because I have more set up to be blue, I'm gonna take that. And I don't like Bazaar Trade Mage. I think the card is not great. So this is a 3-mana terror, basically. Okay, so now we have Undead Ogre, and I have some zombies. I have Putrid Goblin, Changeling Outcast, Endling. Not that Endling is dying too often. And it is a fine card. It's a 2/2 that if it dies, you draw a card. I'm going to take that over Pondering Mage. I think just because this is a cheaper card, I like it more. And yeah. Undead Ogre is nice. Okay, and Diabolic Edict is not great. I think Ransack the Lab is a fine card. It works with Return from Extinction, because you can dig and fill up your graveyard. And maybe we end up with some Unearth stuff. Chiller Pillar is bad, and Rank Officer, I don't need another one. I'm not stoked about the Ransack the Lab, but it's okay. And none of the green cards in that pack were very good. Ooh, okay. Now this is interesting. So we got another Terminate. We also got Oneirophage. How many ways do we have to draw cards though? We have Unearth for Cycle, Undead Ogre. So it's not great. It's a fine card. I mean, it's a 1/2 that grows every turn. But I think I'm going to take another 3-mana Terminate. This is just murder, basically. Very close to being murder. I mean, 1 blue-black for a murder. Yeah, I mean, it's better than Putrid Goblin. It's nice to have a removal spell. I'm going to put it on the 3-drop slot. Okay, so we had a Sackland. Those are always fine. Gluttonous Slug would be better if I had more Ninjas. I think I like this card. It may enable a white splash too. But I like having a sack land, it's nice, free roll. So, yeah. Just means you're gonna flood less often. So we picked up removal spell now. These are basically like a mob. I mean, a little different, of course. Always gonna cost 3 mana. Not gonna get cheaper. Something's gonna be better though. Alright, I like Moonblade Shinobi better than Ninja of the New Moon, especially now if I can pick up the enchantment I was talking about. And yeah, another Changeling Outcast I think is better than a Cycling Land. I like having cheap enabler for my ninjas, which I may or may not pick up, who knows. And it's another zombie for Undead Ogre, by the way. It's another nice card also to combine with Return from Extinction. Alright, here is the Smoke Shroud. I'm gonna definitely play it. I have 2 Moonblade Shinobi, which are nice targets. I'm gonna make a 1/1 flyer every turn, that is good. And you can put it in your graveyard for free, sometimes with Ransack the Lab and with Rank Officer. So I'm gonna take it and be pretty happy about it. And is it time to take a Glutton's Slug now? I mean, I think so. I think it's better than a 3rd Moonblade Shinobi. Yeah, and so these are basically free drops, although... Yeah, this card is also powerful now that I picked up Smoke Shroud, but I think the Slug is just nice. Alright, there's a Ninja. I have a lot of playables, so that's nice. Yeah, maybe I can sideboard the Edict. And another String. Yeah, this is looking good. Alright, another Slug. Don't want to play 2 though, and another Ninja. Alright, so we'll see what the last pack gives us. Looking for Ninja payoffs. The blue-black uncommon. Fallen Shinobi would be sick. Might actually get past one, because we have been... I think Ninjas is open. So if someone opens a Fallen Shinobi, we might get it. There's also the Ingenious Infiltrator that draws cards. And could also open some nice rare. Looks like a Defile is a nice card. We are looking kind of heavy black. And I like it more than Undead Ogre. I like Undead Ogre, but I think another removal can't be wrong. Defile looks very good in this deck. Smiting Heels we can't even flash back, so it's an easy Defile, I think. Ooh, Love Watch of Tomorrow. It's just a great card. It's very good with if you can ninja it, because then you get the card and you can get it back later. So yeah, Watch of Tomorrow is awesome. And Sling Gang Lieutenant, yeah, sure. That is a playable card. We got some can sacrifice Changeling Outcast, Putrid Goblins. So that's a nice one. Yeah. Not so good. Do I want to play double Smoke Shroud? Or do I want to get a Choking Tethers? I think Choking Tethers could be good in some matchups. Alright, now we're getting a little destroyed here. Nether Spirit. Nah, I think I can replace Rank Officer with Reign of Revelation. I think that is a nice card. Yeah. This deck looks kind of good. This has some synergy with Sling Gang. You can bounce your own Sling Gang and your opponent's creature. This card is bad. I mean, it's okay because you can attack with it early, but I don't know. I think Phantom Ninja could be good. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Reign of Revelation can go. This Ransack the Lab is also a little weak, I think. Okay, Cycling Lands are nice. Makes the file a little worse, I guess, but I still think the file is good. But Yeah, I don't know. So last chance to get some sick ninja payoff. We have 37 picks and it's one more to go before the fat lady sings. Yeah. I think this is my main deck right now. Yeah, Archmage's Charm. Cool. Gonna take it, but I don't think my mana can support it. Good. Yeah. It's not even that good in limited. It's a good in constructor, of course, because you can often steal something sick that has converted mana cost 1, whereas in limited that's not usually the case. Okay, take another Smoke Shroud, I guess. Oh. Excuse me. But I don't know, I think 1 is enough. I think. No. Maybe I should go harder on the, like put in the Ninja and the Smoke Shroud, take out maybe I don't know. Let's see. I'm not gonna play that. I don't think I need to play String of Disappearances. And maybe I take out Phantom Ninja. I think I have enough enablers. Especially with double Smoke Shroud, I kind of don't need. I don't need the Phantom Ninja too much. It's not even a great combo to put it on the Ninja because it's already unblockable, so it's just +1/+1, which is okay, but I think this is gonna be my deck, and I like a nerf. Yeah. And Razak Lab is nice with double Smoke Shroud. Alright, so many Gluttonous Slugs. There are a dime a dozen. I like playing 1 though. I like playing 1. Yeah. Alright, Nether Spirit. Maybe I could sideboard that card. Nah, it's pretty bad. Maybe actually the Therapist is better than the Gluttonous Slug because it's cheaper. It has a random ability that could be good if I end up with a Putrid Goblin in play. Yeah. Alright, I like 8 swamps and 7 islands and then the 2 black lands. So that gives my mana base at 10-7. See if we run number 1. Okay, sweet hand. And the question is, do I cycle Barrymore on turn 1? I think so. I'm a little low in action. So yeah. Yeah. Still like it. I'm gonna draw some more lands, I think, and flooding would be bad. Black-white is usually creature type matter, so a bunch of changelings and stuff. Could be bad. But yeah. Because they usually go pretty wide and then Twisted Reflection is not great. Alright, that's a good one. Not something I want to kill, but I kind of have to, I think. So I'm gonna pass and take 2, and then end of turn I'm gonna reconsider what I want to do. I'm gonna take 2 here and see if my opponent plays something good. Yeah, that I'm gonna kill. So now I'm gonna play. So do I play the Shinobi or the Sling Gang? I think the Sling Gang, but because there is a world where I get to ninja with this, and that's sick. I'm gonna take it here if my opponent attacks. I can take some damage. But so this is a goblin. Yes, alright. That is good. That is good. Ooh, okay, that was sweet. So let's kill that. My opponent gets to draw a card, but now I get to ninja with the Sling Gang, and that's kind of nice. And I think I want to get the Shinobi into play because getting a 1/1 flyer could be important here. Yeah. And if I draw Smoke Shroud, then this is very powerful. Okay, I take it. So I could get this into play and spank my opponent for 6, but I don't know, you need to do that. Use the attack and play another Sling Gang. Now I have a drain for 5 in play, so my opponent is kind of close to being dead. Because this can drain for 5 and this can deal 6, and then my opponent is at 7. Okay. I think I'm going to not sack anything more because I have returned to get Sling Gang back. So like this, and right now my opponent cannot flashback the Smiting Helix. Okay, my opponent is aggressive. I think, since I'm not getting through, I think I like double blocking here, and if my opponent has a removal spell, yeah, whatever, I just lose a card. Who cares? Yeah, that worked out. Because this one doesn't get through anyway. Ooh. Okay, so I have a plan. I think I'm gonna slam the ninja and attack my opponent down to 6. Then next turn I can get back Sling Gang and drain my opponent out if I draw a land. And I'm not very close to dying here, so I like doing this. And I also have a cycling for Aven to get another 6 through next turn. I lose my flyer, but that's okay. So now my opponent is dead if I draw a land and if my opponent can't gain life. So that's nice. Lesser Masticore is good, but now I think I win because I can just give this flying with Windcaller. And that's game. Looks like my opponent is the Creature Type Matters deck, but didn't draw the Changelings enough to win. So yeah. Let's just, I think this is a little better than getting the Sling Gang back because it's, I think, harder to play around this than, if my opponent knows I have a return card, it's easier to play around to, then my opponent can try to avoid to put 2 creatures with the same types in my yard. Okay, so my opponent did have some 2/2s, which means I kind of want to put this in the Slug over the Therapist. Yeah, and Okay, remove one Smoke Shroud for another Slug. I like having these 0-3 blockers. They can also attack sometimes. So yeah. It could be a tough matchup though, because yeah. Okay. This looks like a hand where I'm gonna play the Baron Moor. Tap turn 1 unless I draw a Swamp. And there's a yeah. So I'm gonna play this Baron Moor. That's the nice thing about cycling lands. You don't have to cycle it. You can just play it. Wow. So now if my opponent have King of the Pride, I could be in trouble. But I have a blocker, so I'm gonna play Putrid Goblin just to play around King of the Pride, because then this becomes 3/2 and I can trade for one. So even though Gluttonous Slug would have evolved, now you see what happened. I can now block, which I will do. I mean, yeah. So my opponent didn't even do that. So now I think I like. I mean, if I attack, my opponent may as block as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna play the Slug and hope to draw that. This is unfortunate, but yeah. Any removal spell for this, and my opponent's board set kind of falls apart. Alright, well, just gonna pass here. This card is not looking very good right now, but it's getting better. It's getting better, man! It's a classic Oasis song. Come on, man. But that was a good draw. I'm not gonna complain too much here. I'm gonna do this now, and the reason is I want to know if my opponent has some protection spell. Because if they don't, I can attack. But if they have a protection here, I have to pass the turn. So I want to know now before I make my attacks. It is bad if I know that, but since they... Okay, my opponent just conceded. Fair enough. Yeah, alright. That went easier than I expected. Alright. Well, here's why Defile sometimes is a little awkward. Baron Moor makes it not do anything right now. This I think is a keep though. Eventually I'm going to draw Swamps, and if I draw some Ninjas, I have Enablers for days. Enablers for days, baby! Enablers for days. My opponent, Mulligan. And if I draw a Swamp, that's actually very good. So I want to draw Swamp. So I can slow roll Baron Moor and get a Outcast into play on turn 1. Forests, alright, so some... I think my matchup against forests are reasonable. Because green decks are usually kind of slow. Okay, so this is the red-green lands in graveyard deck. Alright. Alright, well, I'm gonna cycle Windcaller Aven now because... yeah, I need to draw lands. Okay. My opponent gets to get in for 4. With the Savage Swipe, that was kind of savage. Not gonna lie. Oh well, now I can Defile that at some point, and my opponent missed a land drop, so some Therapist is kind of garbage. I wish this was Gluttonous Slug now, but I'm gonna board that. This Cavalry Therapist has been kind of garbage. Lava Dart, end of turn? No, oh, Lava Dart. So yeah, next turn I'm gonna spank my opponent for 6 hopefully, and then hopefully Defile can clear the way. Yeah. Ooh, well, I'm not gonna sacrifice anything. I'm gonna play that. And hope my opponent plays a removal spell in the Declare Blocker step, because then I get to host my opponent. Alright, gonna return the Therapist, I guess. Attack for 3. I don't think there is any instant speed that deals 3. I could be wrong though. Because Pyrophobia is a sorcery. Yeah, these ninjas have been kind of good. I'm happy I picked up 2. I mean, obviously, my opponent has not been doing much, but this has looked very powerful to deal 6. And then I could mice a Smoke Shroud at some point. Yeah, things are looking good. So, Pyrophobia would be good here. Oh, I would still get to attack for 6 next turn. Okay. That means that this becomes basically a 4/4 that can't die. When it dies, the Umbra disappears. So right now, the file means it becomes a 0/2 that then becomes a 2/2. So it's interesting. I could get back Windcaller Aven and deal 6, but I think what I think I'm going to do is just attack for 6. And then next turn I almost have my opponent dead. With this and getting it flying. So I don't think I need to like concentrate too much on the Mother Beer right now because I can just ignore it. Okay, so that's a flyer, which means my opponent could potentially survive, but then I can defile it, so it doesn't matter. So we can turn these 2, boom and boom. Get this thing in the air, and then defile the Dragonheart in response. So I'm gonna take out a Therapist for Glutton's Slug, and actually like doing the same thing again, taking out a Smoke Shroud for Glutton's Slug. This card is also a little weaker when my opponent has the Bogardan Dragonheart, because that means that they have a blocker at some point. So yeah, that's fine though. All right, we get to play this card on turn 2. That is nice. So, do I cycle Windcaller turn 1? I don't know. That's a good question, I guess. Could wait to slam this, because with the Watcher, the removal spell, and the Ransack the Lab, I could get up to 6 mana and cast this. I could also get it back sometime by Return of Extinction, but yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting. I put Mulligan again, so I've been kind of lucky, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah, so now I think I'm gonna cycle because I didn't draw a land, and at some point I want lands, so yeah. It's alright. Yeah. Okay, Treetop Ambusher. So I'm gonna go with Watcher of Tomorrow, because if I get to ninjutsu that at some point, that's sick. And I don't care about taking some damage. I mean, all right, I think. Do I want Endling or Sling Gang? Oh, Endling is a better card, but yeah, I'm gonna take Endling. It's close though. Now if I draw Moonblade Shinobi and my opponent doesn't have a blocker, that's just absurd. So that's the one reason to play the Watcher. I don't care about taking 3 against a red-green deck, I don't think. But yeah, maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's wrong. I don't know. Would have been kind of nice to draw those cards. Sadly, my opponent is very slow. Okay, Springbloom Druid. That puts a land in my opponent's graveyard. So I could lose to the 8/8 here, but because Twisted Reflection doesn't kill that card. Okay. Yeah, it's probably time to play a little defense here now. Next turn I can maybe attack with this. But if my opponent has like a Savage Swipe, I want to be able to block this, because Savage Swipe makes this a 4/3, and then it attacks as a 5/4, and my opponent showed me Savage Swipe game 1, I think. Or was it match 1? So Savage Swipe is the reason why I want to not attack. Next turn I might attack them. So I'm very afraid of the 6/6. That card is good, but a little slow. It's not the end of the world. So I like attacking with the Watcher, because if my opponent blocks, I get Endling. If my opponent doesn't block, I also get Endling with the Ninjutsu ability. So I like this. So no matter what happens, I will get an Endling into my hand, which is nice. It is one way to deal with the 8/8, if that's what my opponent has. Of course, my opponent could have Pyrophobia, but then that takes up my opponent's entire turn, and I could find a way to get this back if that happens. Opponent cycles Forgotten Cave. Alright. So now, does my opponent have the 8/8? That's the big question. Or removal spell for this. Okay, that is a good card. It combines very well with Squirrel Nest, because my opponent's always going to have this being destructible if they get a 1/1. So I can't really attack. I mean, I could attack and give it Menace. So if I attack and give this Menace, then my opponent makes a 1/1 and has to double block it, and I get to kill only one of the creatures. Of course, I could also use Twisted Reflection this, and then Indestructible doesn't matter. Yeah. So let's kill this thing then. Maybe I should have played an island and done that. Now I can attack with Endling. I think I'm not going to attack with the Putrid Goblin, such a good blocker. And then I threaten to give this nice stats. And if my opponent doesn't do anything, I'm going to cast Ransack the Lab. And look for something nice. I would like to find a Smoke Shard, I think, because that goes over the top of Squirrel Nest. I'm just going to deal my opponent 3. Could deal 5, but I think this game I want to take it a little bit slower. So let's just Ransack the Lab. See what I get. Changeling Outcast, huh? Or Warteye Witch. Interesting. Smoke Shot is actually, I guess, on the bottom of my deck. Warteye Witch is a good blocker. Changing Outcast does enable my ninjas, but is that good enough? I'm going to take Warteye Witch, I think. Let's pass. My opponent makes a 1/1 here, and I'm a little bit afraid of Scale Up. It is a card that makes all your creatures 6/4s. It's not lethal right now, but it could be later. So yeah, This game is not over. This game is looking annoying. The squirrel nest is annoying. I could lose this game easily, but this endling is good. Alright. That's a good card too. That's a good card too. I am afraid of scale up, but what can you do? Let's start by attacking. I think I still can attack here. And because attacking is probably one of the ways I win through the squirrel nest. Yeah, I'm just gonna allow my opponent to jump here, that's fine. Oh, interesting. Okay, very weird. Well, so I give this Undying. And make this a 4/2, and I can make it Death Touch as well, I think. Kill everything, and it comes back. That was pretty good, and I don't have to fear scale up anymore. I'm just gonna play Warrior Witch because Endling giving Undying doesn't do anything anymore. So that was pretty good for me. Yeah, my opponent can get Mother Beer back. Yeah. This I can jump with Putrid. Ooh, that's a good card. That's something I may have to kill. So yeah, I'm gonna take it, and the reason is when I kill this, I don't want my opponent to kill my Putrid Goblin. Because it comes back as a 1/1. Okay. Let's just sack with everything here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I suspected that. Yeah, so now I can put in the ninja. Alright, fine. Never mind, this is fine. I guess my opponent does not get to kill my 1/1. Okay, I don't need that. And I don't need that. I'll play land and cast this. I don't think my opponent can attack. But if they do, I can give this -6, -0 and kill it if I want to. I don't even need to. Sometimes this card can be used for 2 mana. That's good. That is good. I think this game is over though, barring some sweeper of some kind. Whoa. So, one of the ways I lose this game is some 6 sweeper. What could it be? I don't remember what kind of sweepers are in this format. But maybe I just block like this. Because I don't want to lose some random burn, pump crap. And this plays around a sweeper, I think. My opponent could have a sweeper here. Could it be? No. Okay. Now I'm feeling better about things. Let's just attack. This could be a magmatic sinkhole. Let's just pass and see what my opponent does. Yep. Okay, so now I can pump this kind of with impunity because if my opponent has a removal spell now, I can get Moonblade Shinobi into play. So yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to play this. Yep, that's okay. Opponent's Squirrel Nest is doing some overtime here. It's got a lot of synergy with cards like Bellowing Elk, Rhyme Stag, and the Dragonheart. So Squirrel Nest is good in my opponent's deck. But it is clunky. Have to be a little bit afraid of Goatnap too. Goatnap and this is interesting combination, but I can kill that with Twisted Reflection if I get to untap. Let's see, so when did I pause it? Well, my opponent played a Borgadon Dragonfire and I killed it and the other creature with the file, so then my opponent got a little mad. So I don't know if the recording got paused, but I did win. So let's see you for round number 4. Alright, we're playing against Shy Guy, a guy from Super Mario Brothers 2, I think. Yeah, keeping this, cycling the Aiden on turn 1. And hopefully ninjutsuing the Shinobi on turn 3. But it's not the easiest thing to block a Putrid Goblin on turn 2 for value. Of course I need to draw land number 3, and there it is. Alright. Cool! Oops. And Putrid Goblin got some synergy with Sling-Gang Lieutenant as well. It can be a lot of drains. Green-black, huh? That is one way to block it, I guess. What are you gonna do? So let's... oops, I should have played a land, I guess. Oh, and my opponent's gonna block, right? Yeah. Now I could find a Defile, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna take a land here. Do I want Island or Swamp? So what double blue cards do I have except Windcore or Aven? Because Defile is a card. What double blue cards do I have? I don't think I have any, so I'm just gonna take Swamp here to power up Defile. What blue cards do I have? I don't know. opponent gets to ninja here if that's good. Alright, I'm just gonna play Sling Gang Lieutenant then, because the Shinobi is probably not gonna get through. All my opponent has to do is play one creature and then the Gluttonous Slug can block the Moonblade Shinobi. So I like playing the Sling Gang. So yeah. Krosan Tusker is good. Alright, my opponent got Swamp and then plays a Bellowing Elk, okay. That is going to be a little annoying. Oh, interesting. So if I play a land, let's see, so if I attack with everything, my opponent probably blocks 2 goblins, then I can bounce something with this, give it indestructible, and then get the Moonblade into play. Which means I lose 1 creature, but I get to ninja 2 things, and then I have a 1/1 flyer for the ninja. So I guess I do that. Yeah. It's not great, but... and hopefully my opponent does not block the Sling Gang, but I think, yeah. So yeah, this is right. I now get to get this into play. Give this indestructible. Put this into play. I don't know if this was good, but I don't think my goblins were doing much anyway. And I get to drain for 1. I also get through 6 damage. And get a flyer. So yeah, maybe that wasn't... I think that was fine. Because now this can get through for 6 at some point, but... winding way for... creatures, and my opponent whiffed. That was unfortunate for them. Now, so the question is, how eager do I have to be to get the ninja into play? I don't know. This is gonna pick away for 1 for a while, so maybe I'm not in that big of a hurry. I could get 3 damage through with the Moonblade too. Yeah. Savage Swipe. Okay. It's not a goblin, so I can't sack it. And my opponent did lose this, but... okay. Right, let's just go to attacks and see what happens. Let's attack with these 2. I think I'm fine attacking with that, because a trick I can make is to ninjutsu this back and give something indestructible. So my opponent could have Defile, which means I'm gonna get this into play. Just place around Defile, and if I get 7 damage through, I'm super happy. Yeah, okay, so that worked. And now Sling Gang is another 3 damage. Yeah. With 5 and 6. So yeah, eventually I'm gonna win. That's gonna help. So, my opponent is at a virtual 5 now. Yeah, so I like just getting in for free here. And then Slingang is lethal next turn. The War-Eyed Witch. And my opponent is going to have some extraordinary thing here to survive. Don't think that Savage Swipe was a good play, because my Moonblade Shinobi at that point couldn't get through. So I don't know if that was a good play to Savage Swipe, get 2 for 1 for a card that didn't even necessarily do anything. Okay, so Therapist out, Slug in again. This matchup looks one where the Smoke Shot could be good, but I don't know. Green-black is kind of grindy. Green-black is kind of grindy. Yeah, maybe I'll take it out. Nah, I think let's just maximize the Smoke Shrouds. Maybe my opponent playing discard too, then Smoke Shroud is nice to play. Alright, this hand is okay. Not blown away by this hand, but let's get some things going on. Whoa, my opponent skipped his first turn. Okay. Well, I can't do anything about it. I mean, if I pass, I have to discard. It's just awkward. I mean, I can't do anything. You may say, the sporting thing is to just pass my turn, but then I have to discard, and I don't think it's correct for me to get punished because my opponent made a misclick. So I don't think there's any good way to solve this, and yeah, it's happened to me too. So I'm gonna play Putrid Goblin here, maximize my mana, and maybe get 2 damage through next turn. Yeah, I could defile that. Let's just cycle first, see if I can get something going. Ooh, yeah, let's just defile that. It's gonna deal a lot of damage. Opponent could have Crypt Rats here, I guess, but my opponent needs lands too. And the Crypt Rat's gonna give my opponent a spanking if he uses it. Okay, that's too slow, I think. It's a good card, but it's too slow. Oh. Yeah, I don't need to play Slingang right now. I can just get a Shinobi going. Okay. Alright, my deck performed very good. I think the archetype is good. Blue-Black Ninja is good. I don't even think I had the best deck. I didn't have any of the super good payoffs, but it looks like you can do a lot with the 6/3 and the flying aura. So this worked out now. So I'm gonna open this treasure chest, see if I get something sweet. What do I get? I get 85 play points. Wow, that was sick. Okay, very nice payoff. Thank you for watching, and there will be a Ikoria Lair of Behemoths draft coming up as soon as that set is getting released. I think I'm gonna make the video the same day it comes out. So let's see if the video comes up the same day that does, but that set looks kind of sweet. Let's look at some of the spoilers. Let's ignore these commander cards for now. So we have this Mythos. I don't think they're gonna be super good, but I mean, this card is obviously good, Mythos, but they're not gonna be broken, I don't think. And except the red one, it's 5 damage divided as you choose. That is like a pyrotechnics. Can't hit players, but it's usually the most important to hit creatures. Oh, I take everything back. This Mythos looks sick. It's the white one that looks a I don't know, I think you have to be Mardu to get maximum use of the white one. But the green one looks sick too. It's like an it's like the card from Throne of Eldraine, what's it called? Once with Future. But you can only get permanents, but you don't have to have triple green. And yeah, this card is obviously great. It's almost too good. I think it's annoying. It is a mythic though, so that's fine. I don't think the Sea Dash is going to be super good, but I think it's playable, of course. And let's look at this card, by the way, I think could be completely broken and constructed. Yeah, Heartless Act. I think this is gonna be a little worse than you think. It's still gonna be good, but I think there's gonna be a lot of things with counters on them. This card is very sweet because, and if every time a card has cycling, it's gonna be very playable. And this is like a midnight clock. It triggers once every turn, and eventually you're gonna get an 8/8, or you can cycle and get it faster, and you can get the 8/8 at instant speed too. So if you have a cycling card, you can potentially ambush. I think this card is gonna be very good. And you can always cycle it if you draw it late. And Bastion of Remembrance is a card I think is gonna be very annoying to play against. I think this is gonna be better than you think. It's basically like a Falkenrot Noble, but it also stays around. It's very hard to get rid of. And this card is awesome. Boon of the Wishgiver is going to be a very high pick. Because the downside with Opportunity, which is what this card is that you have it in your opening hand, but then you can just cycle it. So there's basically almost no downside. This card is just going to be absurd, I think. Neutralize is going to be great. And this card is great. This card is going to be not so good, I think. I think +1/+1 is a little too low. Yeah, and it's very hard to get these cards that give 2 things plus to work the way you want them to. It's going to be a playable card, but it's not going to be very good, I don't think. And Clash of Titans is interesting. Usually these cards end up being a little bit disappointing because it's hard to use them. You need to have 2 cards that have enough power to kill each other. So usually these cards where 2 creatures fight each other from your opponent's side is not going to be so good as you think they are. They almost always end up being a little overrated. Garrison's Cat is kind of garbage too. Yeah. Alright, so let's see you for Ikoria.